How you doing? My name is TreniuS, and you're tuned into the famous Living Realm Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. So 5 signs of spiritual awakening. No, you are not crazy, okay? I know when you're about to have a spiritual awakening, sometimes it can feel like you're just going out of control, you're going crazy. I know along my journey, when I went through my first spiritual awakening, man, it was one of the most important times of my journey. Like, I can remember everything just like yesterday, and some of the things that I went through, you know, that if I knew what I knew today, I would have went back and did it much more easily, okay? But after you hear these 5 signs of spiritual awakening, you're going to be more at ease, okay? You're going to be more cool, calm, and collective. You're going to be more balanced now that you have spiritually awakened, or you're going through the processes of it. And like I said, once again, no, you are not crazy. Even other people are going to think you crazy. Trust me, it's all of the part of the process. You are changing. You are going through an internal growth, okay? You're about to step into your purpose. You're about to step into your passions. You're about to step into who you were made to be, okay, after this spiritual awakening, okay? So stay tuned through this whole video. Now, you know the drill. If one of these signs resonated with you, if one of these 5 signs resonate with you, just simply press thumbs up, okay? Just simply press thumbs up on this video. All right, now the first sign of spiritual awakening is isolation, okay? Isolation. If you are currently isolated right now, it feels like you're stuck on an island all by yourself. It feels like nobody hears your voice. It feels like you're lonely at times. Most of the times, you're all alone. Maybe you're single. Maybe you just got out of a divorce. You know, whatever the case may be, if you are isolated right now, and you know that you're a really good person, you know that you have the capability to have friends and whatnot, but for some strange reason, it's like the universe just has you all alone. You know, and at times it feels like, you know, no one hears you. At times you even question your own sanity, like, is this supposed to be? Like, am I supposed to be in this situation like this right now? Because it's like, no matter what I do, I always feel like I'm by myself, okay? I always feel like I'm isolated. And I know I'm very extroverted, but why am I still, like, doing so much introverted things, you know? So that may just simply because you might be an ambivert. You might be extrovert and introvert. But when the universe has you in the process of spiritual awakening, sometimes the universe wants you to be by yourself. Sometimes God wants you to be by yourself so that you can hear from nobody else but the inner part of you, okay? Your higher self, okay? The universe has shifted everybody away from you so that you can build a stronger relationship with yourself, okay? I know that happened with me along my journey, and like I said, if I would have knew that that's what I was going through at the time, I would have felt, you know, had so much closure. I would have felt so much better, you know, knowing what was happening to me. But if you don't know what's happening to you, then this is a sign that you are spiritually awakening if you feel like you are in isolation. Now, will you get back normal? Absolutely, yes. But you have to build that relationship with the inner self first. You have to get in touch with your spirit guides, your higher consciousness. And then you will notice that you'll be much more comfortable when hanging around other people. Then you won't feel like all the eyes are looking at you, you know. Then you will be more susceptible to understand the opinions of others, and understanding that people's opinions about you is not who you are. It's just a reflection of who they are, okay? Now, the second sign of spiritual awakening, no, you're not crazy, is if you begin to see things. Do you see things? Do you see like weird things happening that nobody else sees but you? And you're wondering, like, why am I seeing this thing? Am I going crazy? No, you're not going crazy. When you are connecting to the spiritual world, okay, when you're taking yourself from worldly thinking of what everybody told you to think like, and you start thinking from the inside out, you start connecting to the divine power of the universe, okay? You start connecting to the spiritual forces. And we know spiritual forces are invisible. You cannot see them. Only each individual who opens him or herself up to be able to see this invisible power will be able to see it. Okay, I know along my journey, when I first started spiritual awakening, man, I can remember, man, like I used to think that somebody was chasing me. Like I can remember like running up the stairs to my apartment, closing the door, and then 10 minutes later coming back, looking at the door, like seeing people walk by and be like, oh my God, that's the person that's chasing me. Like it was really like warping my mentality. You know, I was coming into like this spiritual understanding of what it was to be a spiritual individual, because I didn't really know what it was like to be spiritual once upon a time. But then I began to like think that numbers and stuff were chasing me, because I had got into numerology and I started seeing things like repeating numbers. And then I started going down the hallway calculating all the numbers. I thought the numbers were chasing me. Like I thought everything was like after me. Everything was after me to get me. But when in all actuality, it was just that the universe was revealing itself to me. Okay, when you're coming along the journey, when you're into the journey of your spiritual awakening, okay, once upon a time you've never been like this. Okay, so now that you're opening yourself up to spiritual forces, you're gonna see weird and bizarre things that nobody else can see. And here's the funny thing about it: the universe will put you in a situation to where nobody else can understand you either. Okay, so you will have to resort back to your higher self. You will have to resort back to asking questions, you know, to the universe, like, well, what is going on? Can you please help me? Can you please help me understand why I'm seeing like supernatural things walk around in the house? You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, man, it's all a part of the process. It's simply just because you are beginning to understand yourself more spiritually and understand how the universe works. Okay? So no, you're not crazy. No, you're not crazy. This is just a part of the spiritual awakening. You know, I know so many beautiful RIM team members who I coach and I talk to regularly, who are signed up on my RIM team, and they tell me all the stories of the things that they've went through on their spiritual journey, and it cracks me up because it's like we can all relate. Like one of my RIM team members mentioned to me, like they used to see this like weird figure in their backyard, and he used to like glow up and blink and stuff. And then this other RIM team member told me they used to see like ghosts and stuff walking through the house. And then I had another one that told me things like, you know, I used to wake up in the middle of the night, it'd be like a little kid sitting on my bed with his head down like that. And I was just laughing, you know, we just laugh about it because we know that it was a part of our spiritual awakening. You know, we didn't have any understanding of what it was like to be a spiritual person. And so, you know, when we all could talk about it and understand, like, you know, we all seeing different things. It was like, oh, okay, but you're used to it now, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm used to it. And I'm like, but you're used to it now, right? And they're like, yeah, it's normal to me. It's normal to me to go to sleep and have dreams and stuff and be able to wake back up and go to work and have a great day. It's part of my spirituality now. And so if you're experiencing this sign, give this video a thumbs up and speak up, let your voice be heard. Are you seeing weird things right now? Are you going through a spiritual awakening? What are some of the weird things that you're seeing? Okay, help us be more comfortable by letting us know some of your experiences. Okay, now the third sign of spiritual awakening, no, you are not crazy, is when you all of a sudden want a career change. You could have been playing basketball for all these years, and now all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to play ball no more. You know, you could have been a gymnast. Okay, you could be a dentist, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't have a passion for grills and teeth. I don't have it anymore. Like I've never liked it. And then something is like, that's because something inside of you is like triggering who you really are. It's like, hey, this is not what I like doing. It's like your inner spirit guys are like, this is what I don't like doing. Give me something else to do. And you're like, oh man, I do not like this job anymore. Okay, so if you're in a position right now where, you know, you want to change your career, the thing that you've been doing for 10, 20 years, you're starting to see, man, this is wasting my time. I'm not making any progress. I'm not going anywhere. This is not me. Okay, if you're starting to see that, if that's starting to happen to you, this is a sign that you are spiritually awakened now, or you are in the process of spiritually awakened, because when you're spiritually awakened, all the true nature about you comes to light. Okay, so you begin to feel what you really supposed to be doing versus what you've been doing all along, and you wonder why it ain't been able to make you the money you want. You wonder why it ain't been able to get you nowhere, and you wonder why it's like you don't feel really happy doing it. That's because you have spiritually awakened, or you're in the process of spiritually awakening. Now, this new thing that you're going to jump into is going to be more passionate. It's going to feel good. And the universe is going to help you get to it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You just got to follow in the flow, okay, of the divine power. Just follow into the flow and just know, okay, this job right here, this career, it's not for me. I'm about to do something else, okay? If that's you, comment below and just say, I'm about to do something else, okay? Confirm it in the universe right now below by saying, I'm about to do something else, okay? Because it's time to do something else. You're now spiritually awakened, and now you're about to live your best life, okay? That was good and all, you know, it served its purpose. It was able to pay the bills. But now you're about to do what really makes you feel happy. And you don't even mind if you take a pay cut. You don't even mind. I remember when I first came into being a life coach, I had to quit my job, but I was making like $200 less than what I was making here on YouTube at the time. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, man. I do not want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning no more, man. I'll do whatever I have to do to keep me waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, man. I'll take $200 pay cut. But you know what? Guess what I did though? I never went back ever since. You know why? Because I burnt the ships. I rode over to YouTube, being a vlogger. I rode over on a ship. But then guess what? To make sure I'll never go back to what I used to do, I burnt the ship. So it was either I had to win or not win at all. Okay? So if you want to make this transition, if you want to make this career change, folks, if you don't know, I got a secret course. It's called the Secret Course. And what I do is I help you transition from a career or career path that you're in right now, something that's unfulfilling, into something that you're more passionate about. And trust me, I'll figure out what you're passionate about. Just give me 15 to 20 minutes talking to you on the phone. Get my purpose course, or I keep saying purpose course, but if you want the purpose course or if you want the secret course, whatever you want, get the secret course. Okay, and that will help you transition into something that is more fulfilling to you. Okay, now the fourth sign of spiritual awakening, no, you're not crazy, is when you turn away from dogma, D-O-G-M-A. You turn away from religious stuff. Okay, you turn away from doctrine. So what I'm saying is, no longer are you just reading the sutra. I know Buddhism, they read the sutra, okay? And they based their learnings off of scriptures from old teachings and stuff. No longer are you always reading the Quran like every day. You know what I'm saying? Driving you cray-cray. Like, no longer are you like reading the Bible every day, like, oh, loop, and again, scripture 1, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Deuteronomy, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. Like, no longer are you just reading. Now you've become a doer in the thing that you were raised on. Now you start to manifest things in real time, in real life. You know I was raised on the Bible teachings, and I can remember stuff that the character Jesus was doing in the Bible, and I used to always ask myself, why is it that I don't see none of these people doing it? Like, what you mean he manifested this and he changed this from that? What does this mean? And then over a course of time, as I went through my spiritual awakening, I began to understand that, yes, you can manifest stuff in real life, okay? You can actually manifest things in real time, okay? I started to realize the truth about what I was taking so literally, or what so many people take so literally when you read the Quran or when you read the Sutra, you know, when you read stuff on Krishna or whatever your religion is, okay? No longer are you taking it literally for face value. Now you understanding that it was just a parable. It was symbolic to something. It's all about the brain and the mind, but it's talking in decodes or codes to be decoded, okay? So if you have kind of like turned away from dogma and religion and jump more into spirituality, then this is a sign that you're already spiritually awakened, or maybe you're going through the process of spiritual awakening, all right? Last but not least, the fifth sign of spiritual awakening, no, you're not. There you go. I think somebody said it right. No, you're not crazy. It's when you begin to believe that everybody is against you, okay? Have you been pointing fingers lately? Have you been blaming people for your faults? Have you been blaming everybody for the reality that you're living? Like it's his fault. He did it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me, it was my dog. My dog made me go buy the food, and that's why I don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I remember along my journey, man, that was something that I had to get over. And it was hard to stomach, you know, because I never wanted to point the finger at myself and say, TreniuS, you are the reason why you are experiencing what you're experiencing right now in your life. It ain't nobody else's fault, because ain't nobody holding you back. The sky's the limit, TreniuS. You can do whatever you want to do, but you're just the one creating your experiences for you because you fail to point the finger at your own thinking. Okay, and so like I said, it wasn't easy for me to get over that part. But if you want to have a spiritual awakening, if you want to be more spiritual, it takes taking responsibility for everything that you're dealing with and everything that you're going through. It's not anybody else's fault, because everybody has the ability to separate themselves, or everybody has the ability to co-create their reality. Everybody has the ability to make happen what they want to make happen with the power of their thinking. Okay, and so when I turn all that pointing fingers to pointing at me, that's when I begin to clean up all the negative impurities about myself, all the things that I used to dislike, all the people that I used to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I began to realize it's not that they don't like me. This is something, it's a part of me that I don't like about myself. No, it's not that, you know, they have more than me and you know, I'm mad at them because they have a new car. It's because I don't have a new car myself. I'm getting tired of riding around in my hoopty. I'm getting tired of, back then, I'm getting tired of riding around in my Eagle Talon with the paint chipped off. But I took the car, I didn't take the car for granted. I was grateful for it because I began to point it back at myself rather than hating on somebody else for what they got. See what I'm saying? So when it comes to spiritual awakening, it's all about the inner, because the inner is what is creating the outer experiences. Okay, I'm gonna say that one more time before I go. If you want to spiritually awaken, or if you have had a spiritual awakening, then you have realized that the inner part of who you are, what you believe, okay, how you feel in your heart about things, how you think in your mind about others, is the reflection that you get according to how you think. Okay, so people aren't bad anymore when you are spiritually awakened. Okay, everybody's good, everybody has good intentions, but if you think about an individual as somebody that's doing bad, then it may be a part of you that perceives them as doing bad, because there's a lot of good that you can find in anyone. Okay, and there's a lot of good within yourself. Okay, so look within yourself and know that you are creating your reality. Okay, you are always creating your reality with your thoughts and your beliefs. Okay, so these are the 5 signs of spiritual awakening. And no, you're not crazy. This is absolutely normal. You must go through in order to get to. Okay, if you want to have order in your life, first there must come chaos. Because what you have to do is shift everything that you once knew, shift the reality that you're currently living right now into a different dynamic, into a totally different reality. And when before that shift occurs, before it actually happens, you have to go through some things. Okay, you have to get rid of some things. You have to get rid of some people. You have to change jobs. You know, you have to might go be isolated for a while, be lonely for a while, all so the storm can blow over and the sun can come out and it'll be a nice sunny day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm TreniuS, and you're tuned into the famous Living Room Network. Make sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking my face icon. Hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time I upload new videos every single day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, did you like this video? Did it resonate with you? Make sure you share at least 3 of my videos today, folks. Let's manifest 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.